I'm Joseph Braxton here with Chad Faulkner and Max Guthrie on the CJ Max Show on 92.9. We're going to be starting off talking about the future for Kevin Durant and where he could possibly end up by next season. What are your guys' thoughts?
Um, well, my thoughts are, um, I don't think Kevin Durant can end up one of his in Phoenix. That was one of his options, but since they signed DeAndre Ayton for 4 years, I don't think there's a way for him to go to Phoenix. Um, I think he should go to a team that um, is um, a team that is another championship team, like oh
I agree. He should go to a contender, and I think that's what he's looking for. He's the one demanding the trade, so he can pretty much choose where he wants to go. And if he doesn't want to play for the Nets, he can sit out the season. What are your thoughts, Chad?
Well, I heard he was trying to go over to. There are some rumors that he was trying to go to Portland and be with the Trailblazers. That would be a good combo, him and Damian Lillard, if I'm being honest. Personally, I think he should maybe stay with the Nets for another season. But I mean, it's up to him, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I think a package with guys like Anthony Simons and Yusuf Nurkic could be enough to convince the Nets to give up one of their star players, I should say. Moving on now, we're gonna be talking about how the Celtics could be put over the hurdle. They just made the NBA Finals, and they unfortunately weren't able to pick up the gold after a hard fought series, and the Warriors won. So I don't know what moves they could possibly make. Someone like Al Horford, he's getting pretty old. He's going to be retiring soon. He was a pretty big piece of their team. There's definitely a discussion between who's the better between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're both. Jason Tatum can be a bit inconsistent. He had a pretty poor finals performance. Uh, but they have a solid cast. They just need to add something that'll take them over the top. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think the Celtics have a pretty stacked team. I mean, I know Al Horford is going to be retiring soon, so they'll probably need a new big man, but they have the potential to be the one of the best teams in the league. I mean, I know they lost the finals, but next year they could win the finals. They just have to keep training, keep going, keep pushing themselves. Because they have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They have a good lineup. What do you think?
um uh I agree. I do think Al Horford is getting older. He doesn't have that same um that same strength that he had, but he will retire soon. I do agree with that. But I think the Celtics need to make some a little bit of some trades. They need some good guards that are quick. They need good guards that are quick and that can go to the hole and win for their team. So um, that would be good if they could get some good guards.
Okay. It appears we have a caller now, Sandy from Sandy Springs, Georgia. What do you have to say?
Do you guys think there's a possibility KD could just stay in Brooklyn and play and not sit out?
I pretty much already said this, but I think if he does end up staying in Brooklyn, he will sit out. I think maybe he could play. He could choose to just keep himself warm for whatever team he's going to. But also, he seems pretty stubborn, pretty sure on wanting to get out of Brooklyn. It seems to be a failed experiment with him, Kyrie, and Harden. Uh, Kyrie is probably going to get traded if KD gets traded, and Harden already got traded. So I think it's very possible that he sits out if he ends up still on the team. Thoughts?
KD, uh, I think he should stay in Brooklyn. He's been there for 3 years. If he can get the right players, I mean, if he stays, then that means Kyrie has to stay. Or if they can figure out a way to get, James to negotiate back. But I really think they have a chance if they get some players that are good.
Well, honestly, I think Kyrie's gonna get traded to a different team. He's a good player. He's an all-around player, but he's very inconsistent. He doesn't. He's missed so many games. The Nets. He's just bringing the Nets down at this point. And the Nets don't have James Harden anymore. They only have KD, and KD can't do it all on his own. So I don't know.
This has been Joseph Braxton with Chad Faulkner and Max Guthrie on the CJ Max Talk Show on 92.9. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later.